Like, honestly, every day in which I feel like I've learned something is a good day. I studied language in the brain and conceptual knowledge and in the interaction of the two. And I'm particularly fascinated by the idea of tackling this question with different methods. So I use both neuroimaging, functional magnetic resonance imaging, but also magnetoencephalography. And on the other side, work with patients that have neurological lesions, so adopting the neuropsychological methods to investigate the neural substrate of language. I guess what I like is that there are still big challenges, that there are still big questions that are asking for our attention and calling for our effort. It feels like a very exciting venue in which there's a lot that one can contribute. I guess the main thing I have to confess is that I started university because I wanted to keep on studying, and I chose psychology because of the program of the first year that was very broad, that had some statistics, some like basic hardcore science classes, but also some more on the humanities. There was philosophy of science. And I needed that breadth. I was not ready to commit to any particular field. So I chose psychology. And then I just sort of followed the flow of what really interests me. Like, instead of choosing maybe what was I good at, I really focused on what I liked and what I felt I could keep on studying for another year, and then another year, and then another year. So I started the bachelor. I'm a first generation student, so I literally didn't know what a PhD was. I didn't know what were the steps. I started the bachelor, and then they told me there was the option of a master. So why not? Let's take a master. And at that point, it was in neuropsychology, because I was going more and more towards the clinical side. And then there was the offer of a PhD. So it sounds great. Someone is going to pay me to keep on doing this for another 3 years. Why not? And yeah, so very much following my passion without really knowing what. I had no idea it was going to be so long. But I would do it I would do everything again.
So
well, yeah, first of all, every step has had its downsides and its moment of frustration. During a PhD, I thought about quitting. During the postdoc, I thought about going and do something else, somewhere else in another environment. But in the end of the day, I kept evaluating pros and cons, and I doubt that I would have this level of intellectual freedom to follow my passion elsewhere. One thing that I recommend doing that I think I didn't do enough at the beginning is to ask for help when needed, every time is needed, and those, like, vertically to your mentors, but also horizontally with your peers. Like, peers can be great mentors, can help you both on the emotional and on the practical aspect of many of the challenges of being a student in neuroscience. And definitely reaching out and connecting with the community early on can be instrumental, can really change the progress of a project and your emotional well-being. So definitely reach out, ask for help, and just connect with your community as much as possible early on.